wow, wow, wow.
I didn't have any color in this drawing, so I kind of decided the color to add.
That is really gorgeous. A lot of sewing. That is really an extraordinary piece of work that you've done on this. And I'm sure it took a number of hours.
I like to add touches that are yours. So these are 2 little buttons that you gave me back when I first started sewing.
Oh, I remember those. Kind of wonderful to think my designs have kind of inspired something really a little bit different, but still keeping some of the idea behind it. Thank you very much, sweetheart.
Have inspired so many people, because I know people see my videos, and a lot of the times the comments will be like, well, that doesn't look right. It doesn't look exactly right. I think what our goal is that people take inspiration, and if they see your drawings and they want to try something similar, maybe get inspiration from those, that's what we're kind of hoping for.
And not only that, but along with that inspiration, I hope people think about the idea of the thrifting part, because there's so many things they can create at a reasonable amount, and then they can feel so good on so many levels. Thank you, Julia.
Of course. I'm so glad I got to show you, and I fell in love with making ball gowns again.
It's very exciting. It's an exciting thing. Thank you for bringing the excitement. Love it.
I have not made a ball gown in quite some time. I think the last ball gown I made was back in August.
Okay.
It had been a while since I had done a bigger design like this, which of course takes more time and money and effort, because you're just working with so much more.
Well, that's a lot of sewing.
It is a lot of sewing.
That's a lot to work with.
It's a lot of sewing. It's a lot of sewing by hand, because eventually all the layers get too thick to put through my sewing machine, at least. And making this ball gown reminded me of how much I love getting to make the big dresses that I think a lot of your designs were sort of those bigger ball gown dresses.
Many of them had kind of a ball gown effect to them.
You like to do the puffs on the side. Those places that you had like hidden pockets.
That was the aesthetics, because now, as a person who's aging a bit, I appreciate pockets. And if I were designing right now, I probably would find some way to incorporate a pocket. However, there are designs that you just don't want to mess up with. I'm sure it took a number of hours.
It did.
Did you kind of estimate how long from the time that you decided on the design?
Well, I'm kind of like you in that when I set my mind to something, you know, when you decide that you're going to organize something one day, or you're going to go through something one day. So when I got the fabric in the mail, I got really excited, and I was like, I have to find a grandma design to kind of assign to this fabric. So I was looking through your drawings, and I found the one that I wanted. I was like, okay, this is going to be good. That like last Thursday, I stayed up till 3 a.m. cutting and making the pieces. And
we are 1 week away from last Thursday, young lady. That's an extraordinary piece of work in that amount of time, when you consider how very much of this is hand sewing.
Yeah.
And you have other things that happen during the course of any one day.
Yes.
That's devoting an awful lot of sewing hours to something of this nature.
It was a lot of late nights, because then after I kind of got through the cutting phase, then it was the hand sewing phase. And that slowed me down a lot, because I kept breaking nails. It was very discouraging, but I finally finished it last night.
I hope that this encourages anyone who has an idea for something. They shouldn't give up.
They should keep
Don't give up.
Definitely. That doesn't look right. It doesn't look exactly right.